What's up, everybody? Scott and AJ here. Episode, what is this?
28, buddy.
28
28.
with it's Golf O'Clock
It's
podcast.
always golf o'clock. Come on.
Yeah, that's all. Sorry, it's always Golf O'Clock podcast. The brain's going. No, just kidding.
Monday. It's
It's been a
Monday,
long
right?
Monday, right? We
Monday.
don't usually do it on a Monday night. It's
No.
normally like a Tuesday or a Thursday, but so this
Yep.
is coming at you on a different night. But anyways, hope everybody's week started out well. But we're gonna get into some golf content. We're not going to really talk about much else because football is over with. You got basketball going on, which looking forward to the NCAA tournament coming up
Yeah, it's
here.
coming up here.
But we're gonna talk about what we're getting ready to play this weekend, and then kind of get into a little series. And I'll let AJ
Yeah.
talk about that. So
Well, let's talk about PGA Tour first. They
yeah,
just finished the West Coast swing. So they're done with Florida, California. They're done with Arizona, and they just had the Mexico Open. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch any of it. I,
me
I was I was
either.
busy this weekend. We had a lot going on, and I was unable to watch any of it. I am really excited because now they're going to Florida and they're going to be hitting the Florida swing up, which is kind of getting close to the Masters. When they hit Florida up, then we start talking Masters a little bit. So we've got the Cognizant Classic coming up this week, which is at PGA National, which is we used to be the old Honda. Which is a really, really hard course. I haven't played there, but it's got a ton of water. It is a really tough course to play. I know that they always say it's one of the harder courses out on the PGA Tour. And then you've got the Players coming up. You got Bay Hill coming up. You got
Yep.
the Valspar, I think, coming up. And then you're really kind of getting close to Augusta. So got some great golf coming up on the PGA Tour. We're really excited to be watching some of that. But so that's going on the PGA Tour. Um, yeah, it's good stuff. So yeah, so Scott and I we finally got a break in the weather. And if you watch any of
Oh man,
at Dad is golfing, I got my golf net set up. I got my Garmin R11 set up. So we've
I
been
got
able to
some
hit the
practice
balls.
in the backyard today. It was what, almost 70 today.
Almost said, well, I was, yeah, it's
Like
65, I think
65.
65, but it's getting nicer out. The sun was out. My girls had their first US kids golf at Tanglewood today, so they were
Oh,
able to
nice.
start playing and they had a great time. And they actually, my two girls, my younger one, Kira and Kath, my younger one, Kira, was able to hit a big putt and put them in second place out of all the fourth and fifth graders that they were playing, and they got
That's
second
awesome.
place out of the group. So they had a lot of fun. Kira was jumping up and down on the green. Shelly said it was awesome to see her do that. She had like a 12-footer or something like that, they said. So she was all pumped up. So they were able to come in second place, the two of them, against some older kids, and it was they enjoy it. They really enjoy it. So. But yeah, so we've got a tea time this weekend, and we are going to be playing Saturday afternoon. And we are going to be playing an Arnold Palmer Classic. So one thing that we are starting, and we're starting it right now, episode 28. You're hearing it here first time, hot off the presses. It's always golf o'clock. We'll be doing a designer series. So
Yep.
golf course designer series. We're going to talk about the designer of the golf courses that we've played and that we're playing current that we're going to be playing. Or we just played, and then different courses that we played of this designer, and some of the tendencies of that designer, some of the things that we like, some of the things that we don't like, and really kind of talk about these different designers. And I love going into the history of golf and talking about that. So really excited that we're going to be able to kind of throw this series up. So this is our first series of golf course designing on It's Always Golf O'Clock. So you're hearing it right now.
That's right.
Hey.
That's right. On that note, I'll kind of start out here. So I'm actually going to start out with one of
Where are
my
we
favorite.
playing? Where are we playing?
We are playing. That's what I was getting into. We are playing one of my favorites, Oak Valley in Clemens, out by your place. Great track. If you've never played it and you're in the North Carolina, Winston-Salem, Greensboro, even if you wanted to make the drive from Raleigh or even Charlotte,
In
that matter
Charlotte,
of
yeah,
that
kind of right in the
matter of
middle of the
fact.
state.
It's a great course, great design by Arnold Palmer, kind of his typical design. I don't know if I have a really good word to describe his designs. I just like the courses. The courses are just laid out real well from we'll get into a couple others we played by him. And these aren't just courses in North Carolina that we're always going to focus on. It's
Yep.
really ones that we've played throughout. Yeah, most of them are going to be in North and South Carolina. This one obviously is in North Carolina, but we'll get into another one here in Connecticut that we played in our story from that one
That was
back in
fun.
the day. But anyways, Oak Valley is a
You
great
want to bring up the
track.
website? Let's bring up the website.
Yeah,
Bring
I'll
up the
bring
website.
up the website. Let me share my screen here. Um, all right. So got my make sure I got the right screen. Share and get the website up. There we go.
There we
Oh,
go.
there's the
Oh, it's no, the wrong
scorecard.
one. So there you
Oh,
go.
wrong one. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Sorry. So, yeah, so here's the Oak Valley website. There's a picture of the back of the clubhouse. You've got nine back over here to the right. This is
Cool.
one of the signature holes right here. One of the hardest par fives you'll probably play. Hard approach shot. This one, I don't remember which one that one is. That's another, this is par
Par four.
four in the front
Yep.
nine right here. Just awesome. That's a par three on the front nine. Just an awesome course. If
Yep.
you get a chance, check it out. Go to their website. But this is Arnold Palmer signature design, like we said, in the Winston-Salem, Clemens, Louisville area. Um,
One thing I'll tell you about it. It's the only Arnold Palmer signature course in Winston-Salem area.
yep, yep.
So that's really cool. Like I think
Right.
these
He
they have
doesn't
a
have
country
a
club here or
whole.
there, but the only one that's public that you can get on and play.
Right.
So it's the only signature one in
He
Winston-Salem.
doesn't have a whole lot in this area that are public, but I've shot pretty well out here several times. Now it will eat you up if you're not
Yep.
careful,
Yep.
especially the signature par five on the front nine. I know you've shot really great out there too. It's just
You
a
know,
really awesome layout. It's got sand, it's got water, it's got a little bit of everything, but it's also can be open. And there's some holes where if you have a shot that sprays left or right, you can hit it, from the other fairway or something. But it's just a fun course to play, in
yeah.
my opinion. It's not flat. You got
Nope.
some tee boxes, several tee boxes that are up. Um, some of the greens you're hitting up onto, not a whole lot, but just I don't know. I just enjoy it out there. We've had a couple crazy instances. We had what we ran into a couple black snakes out there,
Yeah, they got some wildlife out there. You're gonna
right?
see a
Ran
lot.
into
You're gonna see
some
some wildlife out there.
pretty
Deer.
good thunderstorms that have canceled a couple rounds,
Yep.
but
Yep.
definitely check this course out. And on that same note, we'll get into one of the next
Well,
courses that we
I
played.
want to talk. I want to talk a little bit about this course before we get into
Yeah.
Gillette Ridge and
Yep.
everything like that. So the thing that I have noticed about this course in particular is the first dozen times I played here, I've never played well here. I never shot well here. Rough's always thick. The ball sits down in the rough. You have to find the fairway. And we'll talk about this here in a little bit when we talk a little bit more about Arnold Palmer and his design. But um, it is a shot maker's course, and you have to play smart. And you
Yep.
have to let the course come to you. And I said, we'll talk about this after we talk about the other two courses here, but it is a gorgeous course, elevation change all over the place. And you really, it's a lot of fun to play out there. We didn't bring the scorecard up, so we don't have the metrics on it or
Yeah.
anything like that, so we can't see the numbers on it on what we're looking at with
I
it,
don't know if
unless you can
I
find
don't
it
know if
on
they
there.
got it on here
I
or
don't know if they
not,
have it
but
on there.
yeah,
Yep, right there. Hit that down
there we
and
go.
see if there.
Scorecard.
There we go.
Yep.
Oh, I can't see that. I'm going
There you
blind
go.
anyway.
You see that,
So,
man?
what do we got? About a little over 7,000 yards from the tips there, if I'm not
Yep.
mistaken. Yep. We usually play the blues, and that plays
Which
right
looks
about
like
what?
it's 6682.
Yeah, we usually play the blues there because the whites are, I think, about 57 or 58. So
It
we
says whites are
6,000.
6036. So,
But they're up, I think, usually a little further. So
right,
we usually play the blues there, but it doesn't feel like it's 6,600 yards.
right.
It feels more like 64, 65 because of the elevation change. You have a lot of shots where you're hitting down at the fairways or you're hitting down to the green or something like that. So, um,
But yeah,
but it's always in good shape. It's got Bermuda fairways and tee boxes and everything, and the bent grass greens. So really looking forward to getting out there and
greens are
playing.
usually pretty quick too.
Yeah, green. Especially in like the early spring and everything like that. When they cut
Right.
them down, the grass hasn't really started growing. They're usually pretty fast. And then the summer, you got to be careful because you don't want to get them burnt out or anything like that. But they do a really good job of taking care of the course. I don't think I've ever played that course there where it's been in bad shape.
Oh, I
Like the
mean, you
greens
might
have
have
always
some
been good.
spots in the fairway here and
Yeah,
there. Usually
yeah,
the
but
greens are in awesome shape.
correct. The greens are in awesome shape.
Fairways
So
are usually good for the most part. So, but yeah,
so
I love the course. It's probably my favorite in the area. That and Bryan Park.
yep.
So.
Yep. So that's a good one. So Scott, you want to take us to our next Arnold Palmer
Yeah,
design, and
yeah.
then we'll
Our
kind of
next
talk
one,
about
we've
him and
actually played this. This one is actually out of state. When I lived in Connecticut, AJ came to visit, and we played Gillette Ridge, another beautiful course. Now we happened to be the only people on the golf course that day
why
because
was that, Scotty?
it was a downpour. It wasn't a thunderstorm. It was a
Right.
cold downpour.
It
One of
was.
those
I don't think I've ever
cold.
played in so much rain in my entire life. We were
No, but
stoked.
it's beautiful. It's in, if I remember correctly, Bloomfield, Connecticut.
Mhm.
But just yeah, Bloomfield, Connecticut. If you're ever up in that area, definitely check it out. Just a signature, another signature course of his. Let's see if it's we got any. I don't know if they have any pictures on
They got the
here,
score.
but
Yeah, they got scorecard right there. Yeah, pull
scorecard
that up.
here. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, so it's 7,100 from the black tip, 65 from the
Very
blue.
similar, very similar. Like
Yeah,
you see a little pattern here with Arnold Palmer. He's got
right,
those tips that are just up over 7,000 yards, and the next one's down about 65, and he drops about 500 yards on each of them, which is fun because you can play at all levels on these courses, which is
right.
a great thing. It doesn't matter what level you're at, you just pick the right tee boxes.
Right, right. But just very well laid out, just a fun course, not easy either, especially in the pouring rain.
Yeah.
That was a blast. It was a little chilly afterwards,
Dude,
but
we
oh
were,
man.
oh my God,
Yeah, what
we had
time of
rain
year?
gear
What
on,
time
we had rain gear on, and it just seeped right through the ring.
was
It
that,
didn't matter.
spring or fall or I can't remember. I think it
That
was
was it was
fall.
in the it was in the
Early
spring.
fall?
It was in the no,
Spring?
it was
Okay.
in the early. I
Yeah.
think it was like mid to late spring, mid to
But
late
man,
spring.
that was chilly. So,
It
anyways,
was.
check
It
that
was.
out if you're up in the area. And then kind of one last one we'll dive into is one we played this last Memorial Day
Yep,
weekend.
down the
We always
villages.
take a trip to the villages in Florida. If you have never been down there, you've heard us talk about it several times. What, how many championship courses down there?
Uh,
10, 12,
14 now with the new one.
14 now, and what, probably over 40 executive
40,
courses, par
46,
three.
45 or 46, something like that.
Yeah.
And they're still making
Uh,
more. That's the thing. They got
Right.
another championship
Building
course coming
a
in
ton more houses,
another
but if
year.
you love golf, it's a place to be. Even if you don't like golf, there's a ton of other stuff to do. But we'll go to I should pull up this website, but here's Golf the Villages. You got the Palmer Legends. It's got basically three 9-hole courses. And what did we play? We played Laurel Valley and Riley Grove.
Riley Grove, yeah. Cherry Hill was closed, so we weren't able to play.
Right,
They redid the greens. They redid all the greens on them. So
right,
Laurel Valley and Riley Grove, they renovated that course. They did each nine at a time, and the last one that had to get done was Cherry Hill. So I think it was a whole year project that they were working on, and Cherry Hill wasn't open yet. Well, we didn't get to play that one. So,
right.
but
And this was actually my I liked this before last year because I played it before you hadn't when I was down visiting my parents another time. But what's cool about this is was it the Grove or which one
yep,
goes along Lake Sumter or whatever?
Riley Grove,
The
Riley Grove.
Riley Grove night goes along the lake there, Lake Sumter, so you can see over into the Lake Sumter landing. But there's a par four and a par three and another hole that goes along the lake. It's just a
It's
cool
really nice.
scenery.
Yep.
Got some
Yeah, we
scenery.
have we have our shots on that too. I think we
Yeah,
have shots on all of our
on our
content on yours
YouTube
at Grey Ghost
and
Golf and at Dad is Golfing.
yep,
You
and
see our holes that
Instagram.
we played, took our shots on our holes. Pretty cool.
Yeah, but I don't know if we'll play it this year, but because we
Yeah,
got some other courses we want to try out too. But just a great track if you're all ever down in that area. But you can check out the golf shop. Very nice clubhouse. Got a restaurant there too. You can find their website. I don't know why I went to that, but they got a website for their the country club
Rich Club. Yeah,
restaurant there too. But we'll go ahead and pull up the scorecard here.
yeah.
So this was my best round last year, and I actually could have had even better. So you were there when I shot pretty well. I shot in like an 87, but if
Yeah, it
I
was like
wouldn't have got
mid 80s with an eight on the par four last.
right, right. If I wouldn't have had an 8 on that last hole because one of my balls went out of bounds, then
82, 83. You've been right there.
yeah, I would have been right, probably one of my best rounds ever then. But anyways, it was a fun time. But here's the scorecard here. What did we play? The Blues?
We played blues. No, I think we played the whites. We play when we go down there.
Yeah,
We tend to play a little shorter,
yeah, because
have a
we
little
play a
more
lot of
fun.
golf.
Play a lot of golf. So we really just we play a little shorter and have a
Yeah,
little
my
more fun.
dad, who's in
And
his
your dad
70s,
plays.
is playing.
He plays from the greens. I think we change between the blues and the whites depending on
Right,
like how many rounds we've played and what's going on. So I think we played the whites that day, if I wasn't mistaken. So it
right.
was right
Yeah,
around 61, 6,200 is what we played. Um, so
yep.
it's more we go down, we have a good time. We just want to have fun, so we play a little closer in for us.
Yeah, because we this is one of the nines we played Riley Grove, and then
Actually,
you got
I want to take that back. I
Roval.
think we may have played the blues on that one because we were debating between blues and
Yeah,
golds. So I think it was the
yep.
blues we played. Yeah, I think it was blues. You're right.
So but just awesome courses. You kind of see how much water is along it. You get the
Yeah.
kind of swamps down there, but just a great track if you're ever down there in that area. So That's kind of it for the
Well,
Arnold Palmer courses. You know, you always got what Bay Hill.
yeah.
I've been to Bay Hill. I haven't played there. My dad actually blew an opportunity to play with Arnold Palmer there. So if you're listening, sorry, but I'm never gonna let you live that down, Fred. But anyways, Bay Hill is another great track. We haven't played that. It's on the bucket list, but Arnold Palmer actually drove by our condo with his wife on his, or rode by with him and his wife riding their bikes, and just a super, super nice guy. Like, I wish he was still around, be able to meet him or whatever. But, what I think people say about him is true. Just a class act, kind of like Jack Nicklaus.
Yep. So let's talk about his courses, I guess. I think a
Right.
lot of things about the Arnold Palmer courses is you have to be patient on his golf courses. I'm thinking about Oak Valley right here. The first hole is a definitely gettable par 4. Kind of goes up on top of a hill, and then you have a downward shot, and then you get the 2, 3, your holes 2 and 3, and two's a par 5, not a long par 5, but you got water that creeps in on the right, and you got out of bounds on the left. So you have to hit a good drive. Green's usually pretty difficult. You cannot go long on that green. You know what I mean? You got to keep everything short. And then hole 3 is a very difficult hole. It's a long
Yeah.
par 4 with where you can't hit driver because driver will put it into the water. There's out of bounds left. So you have to hit an iron off the tee, and then you're looking at at least 180 to 220
And
yard shot in.
it's a narrow shot into the green.
Narrow shot into the green. Water goes all the way around the green, out of bounds left again. I mean, it's a tough, tough hole. And then it opens up a little bit. 3 is
Mhm.
is a I'm sorry,
Wide,
four is a
wide
wide
fairway.
a wide fairway.
Yep.
But if you go too far, there's a little creek that kind of goes in there. There's a little waste area. Then you got to come up to the green.
Right.
And then
Right. See if I can
number
pull it
five
up.
is that hole that one of the holes that are on there. Um, that that you it's a 300-yard hole, 320 maybe. You're hitting from up on the hill, right? Um, let's see if they have it. Yeah. That one right there. Yeah.
This one,
Yep.
yep. This is
Yeah.
5.
So water's all down the left
Yep.
side. You can go as far right as you want because that's the other fairway, but you could be blocked out by a tree. I've been in that fairway before on the right where that white house is. I hit my
Yeah.
drive over there and then hit a flop shot over onto the green. But
Yep.
but it's a playable hole, and then you have a pretty easy par 3. After that, an easy wedge in, which is the one on the right, I think. If you go, is that no,
Uh,
that's not it. That's not it.
no, I don't. Yeah. No.
Yep. But I don't know if I have a picture of that one. And then you get to the signature hole. And the signature
Yeah.
hole is the par 5,
See if we
which
can
was
find.
go down a little bit. Is that
Here it is,
on the
right here.
yep, that's it.
Yep. You tee
Signature hole on the
off back
course.
here behind,
Tee
just
off,
way behind
yeah,
the tree.
you're even further back, I think. You tee
Yep.
off and you got to come out here. And the problem with that shot is it like if you hit driver and if you don't cut the driver, just a little bit. If you cut it too much, you're gonna be in the water right there by
Right.
that bunker. But if you don't cut it enough, you're gonna be in the water on the other side through the fairway.
Being
So
there's trees, yeah.
yeah,
That's one
trees.
thing I was gonna say is his courses aren't, you can't play distance. You got, like, kind of like you said, you've got to play smart. You've got to, yeah, just be patient. You can't just go out there and rip it because you're gonna
So
get
I
yourself
hit
in trouble.
like there I hit like a hybrid or a driving iron off the tee, and then I hit like a 7 iron, just kind of in front. There's a creek that runs in front of the green that'll gobble up
Right.
anything that comes in there,
This right
right
here.
there. Yep. So
You're
I hit
better
it.
off going long because you can hit this hill and possibly roll back down.
Yep. Yep. So hit the next picture. So that's 7. That's a tough hole. That's 8. Is
Yeah.
that nope? That's not 8, is it?
That's 7 green again. That's their kind of your
Yeah,
approach
that's
shot
the
right here.
approach.
And
That's the
then there's
approach. And
your
then eight's
next
up
tee.
top. Yep, eight's up top, which is a fairly easy
Right
par
there.
3. That's it right there.
Yep.
Fairly easy. Not wide open, so you'll just hit a it's usually a 7, 8 iron into the green,
Right.
depending on where you're playing from.
There's
There's
9.
9 going down the hill,
Green
and
right there.
you have to be
Clubhouse.
careful because the driving range is to the right, and you could
Yeah.
lose your ball in there.
You
And
got a few out there.
there's a
It's
patch
really
of
easy to clear this though, as long as you don't have a chunk shot, because you can get over that creek pretty good. And you're usually, if you're hitting a straight shot, you're usually out in the middle of the fairway there or right
yep,
by that sand trap.
yep. And then what's the
Um,
next hole? See what the next one
let's
is,
see if we've got 11
or 10.
or 10. Yeah. I can't count.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, there's the green right
Oh,
there.
there's the green. Yeah. So, but
Yep.
10 is another hole where there's a creek on the left and then it
Yeah.
comes out in front again and then goes to the right. So you have to hit an iron off the tee or a hybrid off the tee or something like that to be in position. Um, and you just get into your round and you really have to be patient with it. You can score well
Yeah.
and you can
To
play
me, I
well.
think. I
Can't be too
think this
aggressive.
is one of the other hardest holes on the course, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's a tough
You
little
can't
hole.
hit it long anytime. You just got to play it smart.
Yep.
Let's
Let's see
see.
what
They've got 11. This is 11, right?
Yep.
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 Par three, down the hill.
Yeah. Yep.
But it's a longer par three. It's usually a 180,
It's not
190
a hard
shot.
one. It's just longer.
Yep. You're going downhill,
Um,
so you got to take a little
yeah.
off. But it's the green's usually a pretty tough green complex. The next one
I
is the
think that's
par.
11 again. Yep.
Yep.
Just, yep.
Nope. That's I
Um,
don't know what that one is. There's 12 right there, right?
12.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that's 12. Here you go. Here's a great example. 12
Right.
is one where you can hit your drive as long as you want. And
Yes.
the only thing that green is pretty tough. That is a two-tiered green. So where that pin is right there, if you can see it, that's on the left side of the green over that bunker. You do not want to tackle that pin at that chance. That's like, because
No,
if you go
but
long, you're going way into those woods back there. It falls off pretty hard.
like you said, though, if you hit a good drive, you're sitting out here in the
Yep.
middle of the fairway and you've got a great shot into the green as long as you get over that bunker, but you're better
You
off
won't
kind
be
of
able to see
playing
the
right
bottom
here.
of the pin. You won't be able to
Right.
see the bottom of the pin.
Right.
Um,
Let's see if they
that's
got what's this one?
Yep,
30.
that's the next one. That's the next
Yeah.
one. Dog leg left. So you're going
Yep.
way to the left there again. Another one. If you hit driver and you hit it long, you're going through the fairway and you're going to be blocked out. So
You've done that
you
a
got to be
couple
smart.
times, right? I
I
think we
have. So
all
I
have.
usually hit. I try to hit something right over that corner of that bunker, the right corner of the bunker, and just let it fade off just a little bit. And if I hook one and I get a little bit of a hook, I usually clear that bunker and get it going down the fairway if I can hit a little bit of a draw. But that's hard to
Yeah,
do.
and the approach shot isn't too difficult, but you don't want to be long on it. You'd rather be
Yep.
short on your approach shot
And
than
left is a creek that runs
yep.
down there.
Yep. I don't know if they've this might be one.
That's third
That's
14.
14.
That's
Yeah, that's
14
this
coming
is
back up.
not too hard of a hole. You
Yeah.
don't want to be long because you're in the woods too, so you
You're in the
got to play
woods or you're in
smart.
that bunker. Yeah. You're in the
Right.
woods of the bunker.
But you
Yep.
could have a great approach shot in and you put your ball out in
hmm
this area.
hmm And then
Uh,
15's a par five.
right.
Yeah. I don't know.
This 15. Yep.
Yep. 15's a long par five.
Yep.
That I've been on the green in two there. Yeah. I mean, it's 550 and it's a kind of like a snaky par five. And it's a cool little hole, but it's one where you can get back if you play aggressive on it. 16 is a
See if they have it.
That's 17. That's
17.
17. I don't think they have 16. They don't have 16.
Nope, they don't.
So 16 is a par three, another hard hole
Yeah.
where you have a creek on the left side that kind of runs in front of the green. Right is dead with trees. So
Oh yeah.
you just have to play smart. And then 17, you can see another one. It's a dogleg left down there. There's a creek that runs in front of the green. So you got to hit I usually hit a driving
Yep.
iron down there just left of that bunker. Then you have a nice easy 110-yard shot into it.
I
Um,
wouldn't say it's easy all the time because you go long on that. You got to really place it. You got that creek, like you said.
yep.
It's not super hard because the green's big, but there's a lot of golf balls in this creek
Yeah, if
and
you can
long.
just peel one, if you can just like I usually aim at that right bunker, that first
Right.
bunker on the right, and just see if I can hit a little draw, or I aim right where that kind of right where your mount, like where that car is right there. See that car in the
Mm,
distance, and
yep.
then just kind of fade one and just hit a little baby fade off of it, depending on how I'm hitting them.
Yep.
And then 18 is well, you can't see it there because of the mist,
Can't
but
really see it, but
18
the
is a ridiculous hole. I think
oh
I
yeah, it's
hate it.
hard. Yeah.
It's a it's a two area fairway
And you're
where
hitting
you have
uphill to the green.
where you have water that's all the way down the right side of the fair on the first part of the fairway and it cuts in
Right.
front. And
House is over here.
yeah, house is on the left. And if you hit driver and you hit driver too far, you're going into the creek in the front.
Right.
In front of you. If you hit it and peel it off just a little bit to the right, you're going into the water on the right.
Right.
So I think I've hit like 7-iron before and just try to put it into the middle of
Well,
there.
yeah, then
And then you're going up the hill, back up the hill
right.
to get to the clubhouse.
Unfortunately, what I've done a couple times, I played the great tee shot, and then if you have an errant second shot, you're in trouble too because you still have the water and everything on your next shot. So it's
An ideal shot on that hole would be like a 230-yard drive, get it to the middle, and then you're gonna hit a 3-wood or a long iron up the hill to about 80 yards where you can pitch one on and putt. So,
right.
but
So that's pretty much about
yeah,
the course. Here's a nice little clubhouse, not anything too fancy, but it works great for the course.
nice.
They
It's
got a
nice.
little snack bar area in there, pro shop, and Your practice green is right here. Your driving range is behind the building on this
Yep.
side, but just a great course that we love playing that we are playing this weekend. So,
Yeah. So
but
we're
yeah,
excited about it, but like I said, Arnold Palmer, like it's a lot of target golf and you have to be patient. And that's what I
oh,
learned
yeah.
with him is, you're gonna be in some bad areas. Just take your medicine, get out of it. But then he will give you holes where you can attack and you can be aggressive. And you have to be able to take advantage of those. Like I think of it, I try to get through the first three holes. If I can get through the first three holes at one or two over par, then I'm gonna have a really, really good
Oh
week.
yeah. Yeah, because
Um,
four you can score, five most of the time you can
yep,
score as long as you stay
yep.
right and
And
don't
then you
go
got to be
over.
patient again on
Yep.
seven. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then attack eight and try to be aggressive on nine. Patient again on 10. But
That's
you
fun.
just have to kind of pick your spots with it. And
Don't go out there if you're a beginner though.
yeah, and you're probably gonna lose a couple balls because there's a
Yeah.
lot of water,
Or
a
if
lot
you
of
are a
wind.
beginner, uh, you know, go out there, have fun. The most important thing is have fun, but
No
don't
doubt.
get too frustrated. But yeah, take a lot of balls.
Yep.
Anyways, that's pretty much it for their Arnold Palmer, and we'll see what designer we bring at you next time, huh?
Yeah. So hey, the course designer series one is done on
Right, right.
it's always
Episode
golf at five.
28. Right. All right. You got anything else before we close out?
No, I think that's it, buddy. I'm looking forward to playing this weekend, and we'll next week we'll come back to you and tell you how we did and talk a little bit about it and talk about our round, and then watch for our content because I'm sure we're gonna post some stuff on the course, and we got a great foursome we're playing with Mark and Alex, and we're gonna have a lot of fun.
Yeah, hopefully we can go live. We'll see.
That'll
Live
be
on
great.
Instagram or something. But hit the subscribe button if you haven't. Put your comments below. Even if you don't agree with us, whatever, just we appreciate the support and thank you all for listening. Everybody have a great week and hopefully you're getting to enjoy some nice weather. Get out there and enjoy it and be safe.